with these people, talking to these people on a daily basis, not just when it's convenient for a campaign. So the difference, I think, between me and the incumbent and maybe the other individuals is I'm a people worker. I have been that since the 70s. I'm not afraid to go out and deal with issues. I'm persistent. I'm still here after many years of advocacy. And I think that's what you need. You need strength, you need fortitude, and you need somebody willingness to not just sit on the board, but go out and deal with your community on a daily basis.
Okay, Ms. Brown. Dolly is next.
Okay, thank you. Well, in my district, there has been a perception for a very long time that special interests have taken hold. And that perception is easy to see when you see the mega money that special interests put into campaigns. From the very get-go, I've said I will not take any PAC money. I want to be independent, and I don't want anyone to be able to say, well, did you vote that way because, the real estate industry gave you, $5,000, or the building industry gave you $6,000 or whatever. So I think it's very important to be independent and to be able to make balanced decisions, what's good for your district and what is best for the county, without having that element over you all the time, because I hear it every single day. Independent.
Thank you. It's your turn.
Okay, thanks. I feel as your supervisor, I will see that government business is conducted in an open and transparent manner with shared respect among all those who participate in the process. I'll provide leadership that's staying ahead of the problems and working with those in the community that are most impacted. The current board really needs leadership that's necessary for seeking fair and balanced solutions, not stalemated or unresolved policy, which is currently what is happening. I want to make sure that local government structures itself or restructures to deliver the services needed by all residents in the most cost-effective manner possible. Thank you.
And Mr. Delbar.
Is that for me? The beauty of Mendocino counties is diversity, whether that's a cultural diversity, geographic diversity. It's a very diverse county, and with 5 supervisors representing 5 districts, that diversity shows on the board. And we each represent our districts, and we represent them well. And that means that we're not always going to agree, but we advocate for and we represent our districts. And I'm proud of the support that I've had from my constituents. I have support from farmers, from teachers, law enforcement, business, seniors, students, the whole gamut. And I have that broad support because I listen, I'm there, I represent their views, and I'm a good representative to them. What would I change? I wouldn't change much. Sure, after 12 years on the board, there's some decisions I would probably make different. Which one of us wouldn't do that? But I'm also proud of what we've been able to accomplish, and that's the stuff that I would not change. I wouldn't change the better communities that we've been improving upon. I wouldn't change the cooperation that we've had with the first 5, and I saw Anna here somewhere, where we have healthy kids now. Where did she go? Uninsured kids that we're providing for, 1,800 of them now, that previously didn't have health insurance. Those are the things that I'm proud of. I wouldn't change that. We have a discount drug program. You saw that in the Press Democrat today for Sonoma County. We put that in place here in Mendocino, too. Don't get a whole lot of publicity about that. That's probably our fault as well. But those are the things I'm proud of. So what would I change? None of that. None of that whatsoever. Working together and utilizing the resources that I get and what I learn from my colleagues, whether I agree with them or not, that input's important because that's what makes good decisions. We're not always going to agree. 96% of the time, I'm in the majority. You won't find anybody that's going to have 100% of the time of the vote. It's not the way it works. But together we help build a better Mendocino County, and that's the important part. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're up to our... We can't do a rebuttal?
Well, you could. Quickly.
Thank you. It's something I was thinking of earlier. It's about walking in other people's shoes. It's something I've actually done. Now, you may not know it because most of you know that I've been known to cultivate cannabis. But in a prior incarnation, I used to be in law enforcement. I used to work in a jail. I've also spent 3 years in the military. And I've been watching this drug war fail miserably for years. I'm also a speaker for law enforcement officers against the prohibition. Again, it's because I'm in the trenches that I have this perspective, and I can see that you're dealing with issues that you're not completely aware of. Please vote no against B.
Okay, now we're up to our closing statements. You each have 1 minute to say whatever you'd like to say. Mr. Rickel, we'll start that way and go around the other way.
All right, well, I want to thank you all for enduring us for a good hour, almost an hour and a half, close. These are the same questions that have been asked every place we've been, every organization, whether it be the realtors, the Farm Bureau, the Contractors Association. They all have the same sort of concerns: economic, Measure B, the board's policy and decision-making. I'm active in this community. I have been active for many, many years. The difference is I have shown success in just advocating for the individuals out there. And that means going to meetings. That means having a loud voice. That means responding to opposition. That means trying to do something positive in this community. And I think I'm that candidate who can do something more positive, not just for this district, but for this whole county. Thank you.
Success comes in many forms. I'm not a financial success, I can tell you that. But the knowledge that I've cultivated from the many years of experience that I have lived in the many walks of life and places, I think is going to be a great advantage to you in the community. I didn't grow up exclusively here in Mendocino County. I've lived many different walks of life in all parts of the country. And I see a lot of the similarities happening. And there's very few differences. And some of those we need to be more aware of and educate ourselves on. And like I said before, I think it's important for us to, humble ourselves a little bit and try to see things from a different perspective. Now, I'm one of many people who is just outraged at what's being done over the cannabis culture, the environmental degradation and the crime, if there's, some incidents of it, no doubt. But I think that the law does protect us against the major outbreaks, and this is going to just change a few things, and you're going to be criminalizing a lot of innocent people because those people are easier to arrest, and that's unfortunate. You're going to see that happening a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Delbar.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the Journal and the National Women's Political Caucus and the University of Women for holding this once again this year. And I thank all of you for taking time out of a beautiful evening to be here and listen to us. It's truly been an honor to serve as the First District Supervisor for this county for a number of years. And as I look back just on the last few years and took notes of all the things that we've done, we've made some great inroads in making our streets and neighborhoods safer. We've added deputies. We've put the marijuana cultivation ordinance in place. We've fought to protect our current water supplies. And we are very aggressively seeking new storage, as we talked about earlier. We have negotiated a tentative approval and received tentative approval on a tax sharing agreement between the county and the city of Ukiah to take the fiscalization out of land use. We've negotiated an intergovernmental agreement with the Coyote Band of Pomos to result in $1 million a year to the county of Mendocino. I thought we had 60 seconds for this. We do? That was quick. Mm-hmm. In November, I was elected unanimously by the supervisors throughout the state to serve as the second vice president of our state association. That was a humbling experience, and to me, that showed their faith in me to continue to serve. And with your help, I can continue to move this county in the right direction.
Okay.
I've given a lifetime of community service. I want to continue that and serve as your first district supervisor.